Yama sika hwia sei e wo sene nema ACT a enso clubs a nei we sene nema ACT a e de aso hye etia ba nyame adoma ye de nkomo bi na betia sa ba no sene nema AC ekọ eno a ye ni odate lamte ehwetwe nkomo e mo de nkomo bi na etia sa ba nyame adoma e bekom na afia hwe e beko panyi bako e bisa panyi ne se ni odate lamte wonne eye CK akona yonko fa no oni bibiri won wa na oni mabako se bi won wa na ena eminya nae e betra pa ye beko panyi bako bi o hwe no ne kita ye details nkomo awom se odate money bi na waya rade fancho na ma unhia na fofo sa biu e wase trem nyame adoma eno so nkomo beba na on se na niam ebesi akọ e wotwumadie mu na mahu eye Ghana Football Association stroke Western Regional Football Association secondary eno so de se madam we petition kese pa no so abeto fam nyame adoma be kosa petition mu so na mama wase ati ase se Western Messi kwa Ghana Football emu anwo saye District Football Association elections behwe ntokwa mu ho enyansa nketokra mafia koso papa ba ko ya yina frim aye petition en letter no kom so mu hu eni mu hu ya eni nie monje am still mu hu enti yame adoma be resna ne ma esie ko batin komo bia ba ma hu se ne ma bi circulate awiem national team coaches any salaries a mo je na one for send me WhatsApp comments, be send me Facebook comments, inbox near that day all us national team coaches ne omo je na se won kan hwe in fact say Asempa bana say what is me kan bia rates enye ne o kan ne mu ne odomo su ko hwehwe mu ko akire na ode eye no kra wo mu ne ba no wono ene nipa wo enhihye mu no ese oye ne efan say journalism efan say tenets of journalism na me adoma e be cheche mu kakra saa enkomo na aba ne nam social media nyina no kra ten ba kokra say nim efanya adwuma this card no boto twene so what ti wo show so a na authentic nti boto twene na me adoma nkomo a ewo ho fa Black Stars na face national teams no wo mu coaches no ye de bebo na for send Mexico but under normal circumstances no nke ese san nkomo nyina ewo ho da na coaches na Japanese ampa wudi ateke a ne be against $10,000 no about team coach you meji ese san me na yeah because ya friend pa na wi ansa na de ebre no so nti eno so nkomo kakra ho ende ohwe process a omo ye ne dia enye fine omo anya de omo anya de say sa na de na anything sa na esiti e bia da bi obi a na ketua we take home no very important part of contractual details no the most important thing what I say for the employer no what I say why to ye mo adwuma no the most important thing e odwuma die say unya adwuma na terms and conditions ne dey so I say anti oji say so fine meji so I say me start a company na skahwe bi na omde ma me enkan no ja mpa bo na nyame adoma sesa ne mama ekosoro kakra but me ma me good minds o galamse o nti eyire so a na manya hwea makotu kakra na abedi onkran o sene mesikute e se usika na medi na yidi aboa ma me good minds kakra o nti eyire so a me komachi a me kwa papa nso ewo afu body afu bebre na me boss me twa bi ma msile bi me kwa na mte fuyi mitimi wo abanso so na mete intini abano no nyame adoma ye de won kon kakra beba for the two players I collab into the Black Maidens preparation for 2020 FIFA World Cup and also share kakra ho as we nin komo bre na de bro 35 minutes after the hour of 7 within the inner kwasi walanyo walas akudi catch back up ana mesin kunya edison shelson creating saba Sportsnite dwumadie mu den so mam say dwumaku ba time back perform say betway I've always told you that betting is better than sakawa fa hoje bet mu twade befu no din befu na mo bet di wa yap kakra ntia fa dwene kakra ton na wesna hye ne esie kwa the only thing na betia better winnings no say na a perfect multi bet no I'll bet senya get more than double your payout and betia sabo so with betway no win boost no you can boost your multi bet no winnings no for every leg you add to your bet slip no e be some more legs and our add the bigger you boost no I will add enough selections now feel so a bit increase winnings no by up to 150%. To qualify no call www.betway.com.gh create a multi bet now for hit bet no and now and the bit it's that simple for cry bet away with Betway today unimbu feeling wotwa emfa ho enje betimu isan senya de betu nsabo multimedia yen and ye 25 years na yenkura batani di campaign Joy FM 99.7 and can say advertise on Joy 99.7 in the Western Mexico so ya adwuma out of friends no officially em say officially menya be say 13 years old but my adwuma 15 years old nti my ade na mo premier yeah nti what to be adwuma kori na nya 25 years officially me menya 15 years old ma menya ade my ade me start as a reporter at the Majoy e Kufudua reporto nkoko sports stadium na fi yeah na akora bi man bi no teacher e fe emuna na ona na oye Eastern Regional Correspondent at the Majoy FM ti ono obogum sa ti edu ba bi no aso abre na emuna na be hu mi se prof betia ye adwuma no na mse o metia ye na ja me start se me ya na dade but na sata na mo mpemfo na samire chimu na dade omo joy omo bo adwuma de but na omo fi mi nti me ya nti we he no kai ni va o kire adwuma ne ene scranton kra mo ha mu na ne ma adwuma ne koyo shika koyo frimpon I'm gonna net frame shakes. I'm gonna net frame it. But Eva, I said let's cross over to Nkoko Sports Studio. Our correspondent Wallis is on the line to be remember Dragum. Eva, the condition here is so interesting. It's Nkoko Sports Studio Draguma. Satana Kidi Hospice and so league him. No Boguma, no my yeah. Satam no na Nkoko Brighton Spark. Na fi Kidi Hospice and so Kidi no more. I think that me first commentary. Kidi Hospice. Mene Ghana for koju anti hone bojuma yes shika koju frimpon shakes obisama sisi ya mini pano no mini pano no ti sata no ono ya but oba TV so for fi takra de ba TV so for na me demand pa we heavy ti obeye ya brofo de mpacho de dwedwam anti ampofankra mu na me o ya dwuma that time nti weekends there na me busy o joy pa nyese rough cry na nipa ja brofo kan akra na eje se nti eche no nti eche no na efense Davis odin happy so the FM report ma Adom FM so ti me report na but na me uncle Eastern FM 105.1 the champion station na me main uncle nti e uma na joy for peka krama me ti omo we yina am say Samuel Chino na head of mid sea no ti omo ye checks na be obi antimi ndi ti we say me check no am say that na 50 Ghana ti me betra anim na edan we team na joy FM wom ti me betra anim na me hu say kwamna dumo ma ba no ma bo so jani mo waje ne joto ya ne na phobia na Asempa inside aso for ne ba mu ni card say card ye di room half ata na card no hoda da onye card na wa hada da joy na wa hada da aso for ne ba mu ni card to bibie ma na no do ha choko na meti down ho ne ma hu eye ma me o joy oni ne say ko wo ba yi Dorinando ne me Dorinando no mo ko ha mo kodi dinam si da benda na nipa so be ba sa platform so no kodi mo kodi di wa ha ata joy joy executive guys that time na me adwuma ha no ti we hwese na Mexico ba hu panyimfo yes ti na Sam Richard ba be check no ma ma me check na me ma fa aka na go for station da ha ba bi na ma ko fa ko for station me na hu futuro pam because by 5 o'clock SM San Transi Western FM as the main anchor na me 5 o'clock sports ibu on so 6 o'clock ra me san can news no me tena se me fast na me timi ebiti fi akra ko go for dia fast na me adwuma tinka kran nti there was a time being that the Bosco the then programs manager for Adom FM no frame so kwenya ba honom ne adade a meka na fin so na ye ne na fin na adwuma ekofodia nti na fi ekofobo onya Adom no bae nti onya Adom later be fa ne nua kwadwuma nsa nti at the time be kwenya be da ho nti ba ya mbetan wa fa da the Bosco ni man kasa se da the Bosco ni me kasa nka me adwuma fa Adom FM first nti o committee man no ba no so no sama me another time nti se me mra but the time of frame na me so my too busy because baby na me wo no na mesesa enye abo na mesesa sika okọ nti na se me concentrate nti umu na ya von close back time and then crofon so be ye okofodua omutie radio omu se young man bit radio so ya de ti en fa yen pochi no be adwuma nti omo ye ya omo frame kwa me mfa that time so me guy pa I won't frame me I'm frame me ti I won't frame me ti fire no so episode be adwuma ti one day be da be na be no one day be na me buy ti buy na be adwuma me adwuma wi na fa kanam ko e manjelo refer adam call back nko for first station no boy no be your program no but that time na songo so na adwuma bibiri songo time na mo Pobjon secondary school na songo for penny no for penny no home school a sports captain ko pass songo school bi en ho ko wie akos akwachimota ko St John's che say songo o bruta nti no a sports captain e friend saying e pass nti no goalkeeper da pool man e friend Yada na the guy named Yada ti Yada no dago odago post mama o pass for Penny secondary school that time one na say do mon ko fo bi o communicate brutal so go 200 meters a defense e bisan so be ko bi on so ko bi no after hit no defense no ko bi wawie say sports captain or defense dey na mo hwe so go e ball na bakwas ma bedwane nti me na way back nti oba Pobjon so ne pass for a friendly matches nti e ba no goalkeeper Jackson go bano songo ye bobo sa na o play be friend dupu o Liberian no talisman na she ne paboam o bo shot na songo asom say kim na ta na songo so akogye dro bi friend opuse ti o bo shot aka opuse na asobo onim opuse akoda bi edro no ka opuse aka wes na be abo no bi abedi usem ti songo bi abobo bi obechi nti dupu ne way ne talisman to fem pe na songo fire no de share ne butumti afidi akwai bo shot enfa afi so say songo so de ayi ato ba bi nti ene e bo shot na songo no boy ye shem fuago na ata na nim so fu akata na nim nyina ni hu ehu pa o enye se ene de so e fine man enti kwagu awako se na me bo hakra no me mo ni nyina enya me adoma me hye de nyadaje aba mofo hakra nti multimedia 25 years na me de bo nkomo kakra me nye historian but me make history enti me bo kakra na wafa kakra nkomo no bebre na o Samuel Kwadede nchi me programs manager den nso na obo hockey nti obo hockey chese oyade ye nyina ye adwuma se oyade o chechire ni menka ye no 25 years ni ma se na meka no na fo say nti ni na under 25 years ni ma see programs manager so ba no 7 na say ne mo way back a hard guy a hard guy it's uma ti bebre na ni na mu ani ade memories nti o ma bo am so de bebre bi but o mo fa me na se emre me but erade be kasa one day I was in the easier coso almost a boame e bin so aboa me so fine so my idea me dem na wona ase komo ma fibia nti no Papa Franco baby obi a me chia no no a technician wa ha Papa Franco ono ya de pa ti baby on so obi a ono so ba me radio station nti that time na afi na short code aba Ghana near more 02444 there short code 17311 no abo ono started so short code the whole Ghana to best short code installation na me program boy we you program here we ya de am say yes I was so near fena bra bob ni mi na ton wele o kofodia wele okay nkofo di wele buy wele akahuro wele o na di wele buy o na ye wele factory ni mi na just we ya de hanya o trabia say we yi o move ko be foforo am say sasia so until dey ono so radio station bi ani ho anesanim ono bi radio station nti o kan na say asegidi o nkakra ti o ma no afrem kratch me review nkomo no yo osia but o ya de ti ene nam so am BP ha ye go so ti a na me adoma if you answer be san ko be foforo nti 45 minutes after the hour of 7 25 years of multimedia anniversary no and have the day me bon komo open aso your day we say go for send message wala say more interview on this song go dey no kan e dey no Pobjon secondary school ni you pass you bo friendly matches you type ball timinim na nya ne this time we feel FM eba na we share kotoko matches no beba na has matches against Oko United na Kedi Hospice no beba nti e collaborate yeah we can boom yeah adwuma ntimi ne no and started sports morning show no started first na me be join no but before then na my creative jemu ni amu na be sports morning show no amu na be bi pen o my creative jemu na ma be join me fen ba Michael say music ase no amu no I was wrong yeah ni ade at my creative je ono be ye program be Asempa for no my creative je be ye program na kakra ama na ye ya sana later so go be ye sana kwa bi one tumpeti guy be say one of the newscasters, renowned newscasters, I can't newscasters in the back on the bar. So she until later nearby got to suni so go proper china be join him. Say I think about him say some few weeks after I be station months more and be join here. Juma ti Davis Odinwapia, the Christopher Poku of blessed memory. Ti abate nti fire for fire na edin da so ye fe no afternoon sports can be na me na me host tu na so go host morning show na me host afternoon sports can be nti eno na me host tu na ma TV so ye nti uma na multimedia BTV ti BTV David Sodron apia no right TV pen because now omo ye sankofa program bi o GTV omo ne de one odi Asempa ti omo TV pen ti omo ne start TV no happy FM odi Asempa kwa me ware fene kafidi o kafo didi ti kafidi o kafo didi ti na so so apra kira kama chi Davis be ya kran na fe na du yeso so apra kira nti no 25 years was me o dey messages never na me hu me nka view nti mesre wa ida mase se mo boy me bedu sam pempen so e nti na ni mamo onyama kasefo we me kafi makuma so bia o tie bia watie multimedia che bia no e nse so abrabo the kind of information as I come na wo dey adwuma nko ano na uguso awogide mu se ebekoso adwuma yi amansakra ba yekruma no say basically journalism ye na say development say kunu betia say tumpon nti ebesre say change what I say sakra e ma betia sa asesa amania matia ko ede man alaji bando Bambe traveling to alaji bando si yami aduma e bon komo no na afia hwese na nema esia kwanti ye kwa ma no so agudiem ensem keka adoso ye kwa santimantem ye hwese na nema city e wa santimantem agudiem ensem keka adoso Adoso ake adoso yenko andi kasia so ani wi abekode
na me don prof media kama
na me bo amanfo abakosem kakra 25 years of multimedia no me 13 years of experience official experience home but my 15 years on unofficial so I say na me bonko mo kakra me kai afternoon sports can be na me kai the late na me kai me panel in those days no na me kai honorable Adrina Tivanda no me o come guest no panel me no transfer studio wia no kan ho me kai Jolati Jolati over to you Jolati ankasa me ofa no so come panel no discussion wia afternoon sports can be nenya bad sir Philip Otuo AK47 on so 25 nim Philip 25 nim more na that Philip so free out me ka uza no na dey achi boys na downtown na fi record you sir and then Philip say why me share why slow ga cravat we just na so friend you know 25 years say o ka say e bon komo e ka sometime you go to program on oh Philip I say a base of for saying a co-su program be a outdoor broadcasting. I will a first say Accra town, more say Opera Square near Taiko. Taiko. Near Koena a presenter Bako, an opani Koeno or Jinkusia. So Gosia, I know, or Bonnie Tredias, I know, our running Gosia more than 25. No, when who be brave, good trade, Muti himself, or Chichadia, my guest now, ye PM Hono. So near Gusushano, Papa Nemo, Sophagos, Atanomina, a guest. Papa peja tray ya ohwengo hwe na agu na no mmere ni nyina ana songo say we munya hu hwe Love FM utimi jipa no tenten enene Coca-Cola ode ku no omo bia Andy Yanko.
Bro.
Andy.
You know, come over with
multimedia as a friend to very precise here. Menyesho so bi won nkomo sen me. Menyesho. Obia no ba me hu ne. Me hu bi obia. Adi yanko e.
Ma now na me ntia we na ati for muti Asempa 94.7 so na mo so show Facebook Sportsnite Jumadi ne so prof say dey Africa ya to jano Asante man 7 ensem keka ake ensema edo so dey fire video ensem no na prof edo anwumere say na say aboabo no ato bi apete wo Asempa kase fidie kase na fu bi anso no etni ati prof dey kan ma mention say emfa in free bobo ko friends can Pfizer Football Club it says we team Asante man temu ya almost club akwa omunso say the Ghana Premier League na member ko yi so the among best nam yinu ni e bi no din ko ameka to say Alaji Cruiser ono de wo se nan say what it is nkofo ka say obeko relegation na de ho pa e bologu na fi train na go no gusu a omunso say de be ya obetimi aka league ni mo empo say league no ono can Pfizer enye dia eni enka yen fa say dia first to 10 dinanka can Pfizer and so etimi ekopiem e ho honom na ka bibia enso etna ma chi da biare da dia Alaji next time waka eritrea Asanteman any eye babia say obia fa ne pai bopa obia fa support enkanka ko say can Pfizer e bo home gamer e was obia so timi di etire na fi yeti be bi so na obia can Pfizer e ko away match di that is e den a next time mo na say obia so timi akọ support club wo jirita sa ne man kaka betimi aboa motivate ni players no ama omo so timi akọ kontene na fi can Pfizer Football Club and so enyini ache e wo Ghana ye league ni mo na nko ba say bi e be end season no next can Pfizer sa akopiem e wo division 1 nti Alaji dia prof the dia nen some of these years o he ni mo say bibia betimi akọ kama Jojo de ama na fi Ghana league no wono so etimi akamu bi o me fantu ja se wo pie mo e wo obo asen so akatia prof the tenant upiem e wo ye as good as so yan so ya me yad ma weekend we wo mo so e game no enso e betina ba so a eno e Ghana Premier League eno e match week 7 a ba so na prof you say nyina nim say bobo kwa the din e obo ase Ashanti go ene dwarfs game no e betina ba so mpenfo chirima en na no defeater wo ekonya ye wo contact they say wo edibia to wo mati kama players wo bia fit wo bia so training psychologically wo mo are working on the boys wo are ready for a game of mobile that kusiada at the ebuso drafts yeah first wo ye spiritually and physically you know wo mo enso at the nyema gu apono so a wo ayi bibia kama enso at the amakin Pfizer and as bobo conference oboasi Ashanti go na na me adoma eye kwasiada edi enimi wo mo so nyema nyina enso etinya koyi enso at the ama wo mo prof edi ma me fi na fi min copy mo enso e bobo conference eye kuma se Asante koloko akachi na prof also the any some no bebrebe ye church wunni na ma nsa sesi enfa enfik ebogo ka kuma sia Asante ko ka ta prof and now that me no din komo no me di tuja ye nya nchisa branch friends Matthew enim kuju Asante ko to boy as you say there my friend Ansu Fati my friend Lionel Messi this is the dogs na the central branch and me di tuja say and man will game on boy this year had to focus on 2,000 Ghana cedis me 20 million his Anna Dr. Kwamiti a promise team so be mo biano a branch nim kujo one also na just say mo 1,000 Ghana cedis na it is a 10 million one also dey Asante ko supporter the thing I did Mr. Augustine upon Nano against Bilkum Church one also Fofi Antwa na say Fofi Antwa ta no so etimi share ni share Emma ituko kasa wona nya na say ye no kasa prof ni fana de enwa de obi o trotro driver say wonti enkochi ne trotro enso MPC ka information na Matthew enim kujo enso ya na 1,000 Ghana cedis wo de emo opinion na na ta ko hu when na ye no ko yeti eboura mu ewo opinion efie na ye ni nya panyi ba ko enso tintin kuma wa confirm prof e de amate e no ko na branch friend Matthew enim kujo de wo mu ene abusuar ene atem bi o mo ka che do mo ka ene se nyankopon na onko so no nshira na fi ne football no on fanning free adum enko adum na okaze the kind of Obama is any buy out in the camera and so I come and bra here or Mr. or getting upon you say any jika crab and so it's never seen my fair far. I ran here for some massive I think you I could have kept one sweating again and the ama yes I support that I heard some no yeah the air to a chief when him enumerate our sports night Juma Dian support Mamma Fancy Gadian, a DM Ewa Santa Corocua, so Upim Ewa training grounds as usual air prepare against Liberty on Sunday. Ewu Kumasi Baba Yara training sessions no and so 18 air course so come under the sense of a branch and again Eddie Kwame Puku also Makaki was a Bugusu training with Aya Santa Coroco, free and Kwanza Warriors are one rest of the company for signing on. And 2 goals and on the team share. And a training ground so the Bobo Preference at Santa Coroco. Now, the main fan to get a report. I mean, I could give say ahead of Liberty game and penny for Coroco. Every mobility and after Mr. getting upon one more and so it's not quite I will see you just so now the year in Aquacama Samson training or a branch of William who said you're training this year. One here, Kusiada, likely say William, and so between after the game, no. Eddie Ama Ye Kumasi Asante Koroko, who's on a new striker, Kofoko, William was single game and farmer home. First training and switch new Kamia coach, Maxwell connect one share up now or drop your branch and navigate on Sunday. Ama William Upuku and so it's near the first game, Mr. Anatomy the debut. Eddie Ama Kumasi Asante Koroko team is also the name of Dr. Quamity and so Akati players now. So Anka and not winning bonus. Oh, Obo, it will feel now winning. 300 Ghana cedis and I'm not with the mounts. You see, and I'll quite win so I 400 Ghana cedis. You say the Dr. Kwamiti is Anna, that's a way and 6. Now they're trying to say home or away, because the 8 could link 500 Ghana cedis. And to your experience a bit, like I said, so game against Liverpool, opinion friends, Al-Hadi Lamin, and so airplane, obey me, a share here and then for that, so also they are to play, but then him say, oh, special bonus to be against Liverpool, so much to be doing Kunima. Obetimi so Eddie Ama each player and I say I'll do to me Obetimi Ama entitled against Liberty on Sunday. Nina champagne for respect. I'm glad ma Eda Kusiada Santoko could be Eddie Liberty professional. Samson have report I'm second as a prof. Likely saying I made more than 1 year management no Ebisia playing body. Nina Shaya almost ahead of a Liberty game on Sunday into the prof. You didn't get the best from Indiana. But also fan come a team for Asempa 94.7 Sportsnite On Asempa almost every live Facebook no ye de ho amanebo nyina enso betimi de abom tipo oba na obi pie mo ewo ye asante mante man sem kakra ke e fa ya gudi hu nsem prof we en ensem kakra eno so etuja.
Okay, I'm say aboy nkomo kama Andy Cassias no oya de uguso boy nkomo na messages ne ba man for say me nkoso anka me mo nkomo no kakra 25 years no me mo
nkomo de enze man for perform te pai muram
metin ay ranking what I say me hu bia it metin ay ranking presenters am ne omo adwuma no mo ya de pa so I say mo so a omuti awu pa so metin aye maybes nkomo ho but me bon krofo a amoye comfortable with say me bon nkomo so I say obi ha o kana asema no anye comfortable because me no kran na meka e was na ma esi ekoso PJ Mose one of the fantastic and brilliant guys but as I say host one of the brilliant guys I'm at show no so na fe wrestling Mexico so in terms of even tracker record kra na nye just say it was excellent so I say the obadwuma tracker no Livetino so we serious host one of the most serious hosts I mean my adwuma we serious angasa so
yeah
metia bonkomo metia o me comfortable no metia yeah
the prof that ko me shida ba on kan because last time no for me comment ya ma
na so ba wantia ma me shida no mabu mani aguso the PJ Mose
ana wa so on ka wa sem
ma shida me kan wa sem mabu mani na aguso anya se bia me
meba
enti na me aduma nkomo no me bo 25 years me bo nkomo no mo why enti Andy my boss here why
that's prof medasi
Andy Cassias ana tene kano yenkwe okay, it's in a high still Asempa 94.7 FM so so guso atino asante mantem agudiem ensem keka and I'll tell you the bro na for hu sene nema esie ko asante mantem agudiem ensem keka mu chano so bioma me say odwani achiri fiade a adwuma ko ba tan ba ko mo so techi no Black Rock on whiskey ensem mu de bruta oni a ye de whiskey akra and ye de afra oni no de ayensa no na emu de bruta bomodien da son sabetia kan bi Black Rock rock only whiskey no inviting aroma, smooth on the tank, nothing so go straight at the quarter crema, so relaxing experience now. Another quality product of Casapreco Company Limited. Only moving on chair and no sense we open for so nyade bit ya bow. Emo open sapa de punto ye. I share an answer when you are na fortuna Easter in abaso din ye. New Year in soon episode brobro so cry winner a black rock only whiskey. When you are punching and bino, when you are saying out the rear, the bruta, but more than that sounds a bit and bit ya bois, and maniama etian kuye ediama wemo, and the sponsors are much bois, and medicine shells on Queen etian sejao. Quickly minkum, ewo salaries home como etian sabano. Na sports night leagues, ye do Moscow akra, every few more ye senki between senya the accurate figures na etian sabano. But truth be told, Samafobeka, the current administration of the FA, at Yabukubia, also motion review salaries, terms and conditions for the coaches. No, inti Menoka say, Ministry of Youth and Sports, Omia Bayana Musifo, a good year mono, Womo air train, say Yamiadoma, Sabi, you couldn't be tired of my Jumano. So I say, my Jumano Bonnet, one at least, say, almost 1 week. Can period now on my spending one. Almost a bit to me, Eddie boss animal now, boy. Now for my presenting a proposal to the Ministry of Youth and Sports. Now for Ministry of Youth and Sports, me sure some so bad deliberations be now for my EBF, my KTBF, Nafi, Omia Kujaba, and for Betia, where Tia and Asia Jatum, the boy Juma. It's busy Sabri, will be catch us a coach B. G. Tekusin Point as a capreba, say as it has been circulated now. The Queen men from a search no true sports night leagues no, to cry trench about who crassi, and yadia, a womb to whom figures no, say Kokora near that dear. I'm off for a year and Yama, but busy Sabrino. None of them in authenticated by who crassi. I was in Yama easier Cosono. But like I told you, the head coach for the big team, no, on a day, if you mind, Mr. Kind just say, and before be shared about some amount of 25,000 United States of Americans do not stamp dollars. When we come when yes, our conversation with you know, as I 25 no, so 5 no, or maybe when you so, Mujumedia, Mu 80, will be 5 at the finish 25 no so. Now, Obisu beside deliberations, like a crash as ya, amount for Egusu Bese home, Abisa say, James Aquasia, no Jai, 35 1, 35 no rest and MSC Koswa, Naja say, not 5 called the Air Coaches Association, no, now also I pocket 30 no, or Nijumedia, Odi Nada. Na sekobasi e fa coach for na ye nto aketu anima na ye teso na sa coach yi mu no sa coach no ne competence no sheda enimu sa nti e bia sekobasi coach ne dwumadi kra konwe ne se a na almost be partly to be blamed. Management members in paying for a transfer. Or approve say coach is can you hands no. ABC hands because me sure say Sanko for see you hands no. Womu NG coach nindi. Oma kasa NG coach nindi. But my piano the Amagana for based on the common akaka na cost no say ABC hands so. But I say Binso said there be say you hands so. Yamani maintaining will be a one na ubu any nidia yadema coaches ebano. HSC ubu the monyesa. That's a woman's can be. Na say when tian perform na say one kasa na onijide onimu ana akofan by we na some of the deliberations are egusu ekosonti me no kasa dey wo mo enya entimi approval of any concrete figure say asemasi ana obentin eno ni scared be ma no contract no 2 years and 3 years and the national team coach ya approve biae but am gusu esa deliberations but truth be told sanema we na kese ya end dada and san appointments net yan sabanti from na for say unanka obe national team coach na nke dia to onim say we ni hihye da ho open ansan obe adwuma na mu open so obe adwuma na later udu we bata ho na no so akofa asen foforo e dia brain e we adwumadi a yeguso edimi ntino me sure say efi na nwene ho e wo sena nema esia kon ntino nti kojo fripon e ofia nti enze kojo fripon ofia 25 years kojo bra na vene den microphone e doso nti sena nema esia ko o hihye but yenko amanoni tokrum na afi tokrum nkomo no yemfa nja amanfo
na bra Yesu we na suafo enam no ote eni bi se eni bi efre no ora Yesu mama ne kwan na omra ora Yesu ipacho ye frame ole kuna so hye ora Yesu mesrewo edie na meye na mama Manchester United afa league this season we ko na koton Pogba Maguire ena digia na no na ka be bia mo win league se mo ho abrantie na okono F se wo want to be win the league no Chania Manchester United be win the league no this year mo fa we enye suade na mo ntiche ma class nyina na omontie na bra Yesu we na suafo enam no ote eni bi se eni bi efre no ora Yesu mo ma ne kwan na omra ora Alright, yes, he patched your friend or Lekuna Soche. Alright, yes, Miss Rel. And Diana Mayer, I'm a Manchester United of a league this season way. Call Nakoton Paul Puba, Maguire, and the year, and no, and a cabin here more winning league. Some who are Brantiana Ocon. F. So we want to be winning the league, no. China, Manchester United, they will win the league this year. Bonfa we and yes, idea. Now, when you check my class thing na Omonti.
Okay, enti amanito krom Michael Okanwa we oye the brief na afie wi a nkomo bi ho odo masu komo e di aman na afie wo sene niam esitie Michael yankwe.
Right, quickly prof ochina the transfer window and I said the winter transfer window e be na ewie na before e be na ewie no. So far, I have some dealings, and I say I have some major transfers in this January. Now, the dynamics of the January transfer, and they say in January, untanya the best of players in January. So when you a player in January, maybe a player no on best of better than the club, and I say player be on a lot of playing time on the team. Into per se on changing into and so when players are mostly summer transfer window. Now when players. But nonetheless, January transfer window, there has been some big signings in the January transfer window, and they very counted the top 10 transfer signings in the January window, and I say in the winter window. The first transfer window, and I said the major transfer window, and I said the first player I'll move in the transfer window in January. I'll call for a big amount. We I'm the top 10 signings and according to Sika Tom. Now show the first player I turn in January. New boy Edding. Virgil van Dijk or moving in the summer of 2017 from Southampton to Liverpool or moving for a fee of £75 million. Only the first player in terms of January transfer, the top 10, only the first player I will call for big money. The second player, Oscar, also a movie from Chelsea to Shanghai SIPG. Or call with an answer call for a transfer fee of £60 million. I will call Chelsea. The third player on the list, Diego Costa. Also after say onya exchanges with Conte in the summer, also movie in January after say onya minimum and say onya less amount of playing time or Chelsea to movie from Chelsea to Atletico Madrid for an amount of £57 million. The fourth player on the list, Fernando Torres, also movie in the summer of 2011 and I say in the winter of 2011, a movie from Liverpool to Chelsea for £50 million. In the January transfer window, in terms of figures, Fernando Torres, they're the fourth player. Now, the fifth player, Bruno Fernandes, on also a movie in January, this current winter window, a movie for an amount of £46.25 million from Sporting Lisbon to Manchester United in this very winter window. The fifth player, and I say yes, the sixth player on the list, Alex Teixeira, on a movie from Shakhtar Donetsk to Jiangsu Suning for an amount of £38 million or moving from Atletico Madrid to China. The seventh player on the list, Lucas Moura, after Sonia the breakthrough from Sao Paulo, and as Sonia the breakthrough after the Olympic Games in 2002, the agent Wagner Ribeiro make a huge transfer for a 19-year-old boy to move from Sao Paulo to Paris Saint-Germain for an amount of £38 million. The Lucas Moura, the seventh player on the list. The eighth player on the list, in terms of winter transfer window, in terms of their figures are almost free on club, another club in the January transfer window. The eighth player on the list, Juan Mata, or free Chelsea. After say Jose Mourinho, I'm making the second stint at Chelsea, and I say the second reign as a Chelsea manager in the winter window, and I say the January window, Juan Mata, moving from Chelsea, Manchester United for £37 million, and I say for £37.1 million. Then, not David Moyes, the manager for Manchester United, Juan Mata, MOV for £37.1 million. Now, the ninth, and I say the eighth player on the list, Andy Carroll. Andy Carroll in the summer of 2011, not Kenny Dalglish, the coach of Liverpool, or two players in the winter transfer window. Otto Luis Suarez from Ajax, also Andy Carroll from Newcastle United for £35 million. The ninth player on the list, Ezen Dzeko, or no movie from Wolfsburg in Germany to Manchester City for £31.5 million. That is the ninth player on the list in terms of January transfer window figures. The 10th player on the list, Jackson Martinez, or no Colombian. Now Obonibo, Edema, and Atletico Madrid, but movie to Guangzhou Evergrande for an amount of £31 million. We need the top 10 list, and I said top 10 transfers are in the transfer and I say in the winter window. Me check the January window. It's a long story short. I made the long story short.
Yes, when the chef for an amono, or the need say a need be a friend. Hurrah, yes, hurrah, yes, Momma crying omra, hurrah, yes, hurrah, yes, he patch your friend or Lacuna Soche. Hurrah, yes, Miss Rel. And Kiana Mayer, I'm a Manchester United of a league this season way. Call Nakoton Paul Puba, Maguire, and at the year, and no, and I can't be a more in the league. Some more Brantiana Ocon. F. So we want to be winning the league. No, China, Manchester United, they will win the league this year. One for we and yes, Shadia. Now, want to check my class thing now, Omunti.
Okay, Michael can be back after say the deliberations kakra, but making kind of messages in kakra WhatsApp the na abano na ereson and yama AC koso wano. Inko Joseph the message via Boss Prof. Your story has actually inspired me to double up in whatever in wherever I find myself. Pau and then komodia ba Inko Joseph and so my story name Inko Joseph also my story name, but me when you're comfortable say my story no, but in kamebo kakra na ereson the message also maybe say yes Prof, you can say my own. Okay, to make Kai Mavis, J.H. Chamodi, and a Philippu, almost story or Yamia repair Beba, then was in the Mexico. But in a second, say, and Coma Samuel Kadaduichi, and Coma a Costamaklu, Costamaklu. Program, my friend say, this is what you don't know. On the institute, this is what you don't know. Yeah, by Nasi, as I grow, idea grow, Joes, Kakana, Mafos, and program Ben, I'm off for programs manager, and program Ben, ye, says, you know, say, that is how the program has been designed. Tiawa. This is what you don't know has been resistance, and I think that this is what you don't know critically. You know, on Sunday morning, in him say it is one of our best programs on this platform, and this is what you do know, purely research. When you timuka research papa mama for in Mexico so Sunday mornings, and I think that I'm off started so much be near Hunkonia baby and also a idea bakwa ma Costamaklu and I feel so na PNT on also a boy Jumapa and I bring and I feel so Rabba Comac Ben Cocote a do somewhere on a sales manager at that time. Now also a boy Jumadiabua, a maniama etia kui or Nintino, maybe so as Reku and so Reku so back crown rest in Mexico so they say you make family me fiko food ya buy no me bo me po no reku na bo me TV po ma me first Jones reku ante ono me bo me TV po e ma me first it's na me na but em so reku say asen hye me ho na ode ne ho kobo fireman but reku so nim me maye e wo system nim na nti reku so na nantia em so reku so ona me ne call I think we went to Sugakope by if Akosumo the first time I come Mavis Mamma no. Auntie, Menino could eat Mavis Mamma my mo, several more come at me dear. I mean, me chata taxi, that time crano. Well, about best, about best 15 years ago, me chata taxi. And I made a call Sugakope to and from. No Roku team. Yekwena ye muka crowd maybe so mama wa timpoku na ne mo nya bad cry anti mama Jane and so I contribute to 25 years in him it's going to be now going to be now asana mu ina beton kwadu man tamani na guy those days no say poni agina dawa na small girls be twema so nguti again obi wan pese botu enti yengo go just antio na yenje korokofon komo kakra efa na no ada supporter e chini sibirim no aba class sports le twede miensa mane niase bieye twede miensa ne se surgery kra na nke bia doctor bi ya ko nya na niase ne sa aje se na erosem kwajo ya mo ajo
Ezozuminia
bibia bokode
oba dia na o ana enye no ama mrira ho so what the mo ama me
I didn't send me story me go so boy mo wi
ebia na mo no ka ebia senya na bia no problem ta cha bia
story me go so boy mo wi say kwajo so story ni mo kwajo so story ni kwajo story kwajo so ba me ba no kwajo so me ba no na kwajo so ni na na ye adwuma ti kwajo say asa we single on asa we wa ofie on ye do no I ma obi na mu akakra
wale ya na ebi munim
the way I know start here.
Aye.
You can't Asempa a penny here. If you win, any problem or don't know.
Enya sengizo nti kojo hwe kojo o ma me packages bebre baba ko na meje ba ko de meje no krenye meje kojo yade he was very much concerned about my life. One of the guys aye o yade he was very much concerned kojo na no kwese na de me yedu ma wate me say woni beje keke so ase aye
wale
nti kojo boy mu sen na ne ma sia kosi eva ko supporter no enkoma PM na no ada mra na money has editing time so across Sports Stadium.
Wale mame na was na me na Asempa team for. Wale me fast that can see pa amount. Because enyewa to get a branch markets and can be because Sunday no share the we are pressure net so me so left I also right now. Na yin na dey pemu ko. It could be by on Monday no. And you say and there may be try and there man friendly na no na you say as a kotoko supporters you na ako and as you moko the later part no and you say no and say obi aburu people throw for the netra etina nipa no ne wera about na yetin and say my platforms be also to say obi to malo it is a branch here no mo dey aso me say aka no bet yes, I can remember 7:30 kobo 18 phone meeting no. Any who say oh ye interview be about Atlanta na ya bono. Yes. Wala to go for by. Enti honu mo na da. Ye contact them mo so ni minya Atlanta so contact nya me da Roma. Ye ka kire no say asama ato no yeso ye koto company for. Sanse me at the national protocol officer no. Also me make sure say me I get in touch with him. Na many money praying for so edinachi eti akohwe ni fie not what matter come max or baby na friend of you could do an local for the case in the call for station because what the ben am I called call for which is Tuesday in Anopa the fact you got to come officer no need in come say print your name and woman to buy no and now otimi a man medical form co hospital now the form no so cry no Abba, and you know, you must start the process now. I was a ministry police station because stadium near under ministry police station. To me, I'm the Atlantic and next time I came at the local police station home record report to me. I'm a document and I say, first, I know my own doco, you know, how many processes I'm at the quay. Am I at 12 so? If you want to go by, say, don't look at the Atlantic Patrick, allocate. Nti try to be your boy and number dia mumbe nya number no so no na you have to say umuye canteen interviews with various stations that all fair allotina on fa what after the number back so ani edum no nti chief inspector no so bo dey friend the manager no or friend the manager so ni akra nti so ba akra obo dey the boy number which is wale no my 10 o'clock ko police station one man adesan Alutama, the manager ama. The voice for you said the way of pressure and also airby and then social media while also if you do other better money. I don't know how much it work and what I know what a motivated policy for no who said but don't need the case in echi. It's in ra your bombardier who have planted a policy for quay almost 6 Sunday now incident in here no we see but or campaign interviews. It's a board by 3:30 to 4. And I'm a district commander, no, a superintendent, a Florence Usu, and what I'm saying, another Roma. A branch here, no, any Ubia Bahonum, ever reporting or by and also regional commander, I catch you into more this own big case in the Baba regional. And you are could regional crime officer and Sema, Ama, media, but now, well, I didn't want to say, and some job for our family. Patch out Abranti no yen momodin yen castle senior de ade. I cover at a man preno. And then with the statement about one thing, Abedi Kotoko supporters in paying for them. Outside the Abranti and Athens, Abranti near community, no better stadium more. And it was a stadium, I know him so. And Aluti Kokaya, or no Abranti and Salutia or Babun Aluti Mumbi Cabrono. Maybe in the edge, so much I could see. SMO kwa community kasa de medical anate no wa tutoro mu kuchi aka ama blante na ampe mo kwa no moja 300 kana de ma ne maame ama blante de be sin one so this is council ya issue as a expert chance wa buru bi sa fa chira kwa kobra bro asa ka cha blante fa number ma na unse ni ka wa ampre and so what actually we think ka ko man 1000 enti ye case ni te de e ko no ni atendi die ni wo ka cha blante na bo ni ade ade na emehu se bo fa ana particularity akobo mark isi ano enunti yeso ye de mark achi as a kotoko support as umu komo yeso bi tinachi se bi tinya fa asen si brent se ya ye me da roma ye mute ya chena no ya ko emi ti anyimeri nana kwa no national secretary vice chairman ana ya contact ye ni ya chairman kiso for damanya ama yenu makatiti e chano pa ba 10 o'clock na ni be call regional ho ya ko esa abrante what dem na ya started process me so school.
Okay, and they said obetia confirm say particularities the police for action.
All regionals is ya no ka say.
Okay, to them
for them.
Okay. Okay. To we e bedo ase nyame adoma me say eguso edi akiri ahwese na ma besi akọ. Ba me sure say mo so as supporters a mo ta akiri aboa makotoko ne matia kwe no. Insan say problems we ba ntimi sure say insurance one of the best options amode mo hujima ma supporters na sometimes problems we ba sikani yeni ko fini pa ba ko botom because otua obejai at a point tinya insurance package bi de ma mo supporters no so a ebetia aboa ma problems we ba ye aketele no na afi so kwa asan hyenkofo kwan se o stadium na se bibi so to a onim se ade a obenya nsiachi ba bi ebetia boa ma ne matia kwa dia maniti no moment thinking that direction so yen se be betia boa eme nyina so adwe okroma me da se bi bre
well ya so that na ebi mu ni mu se oni engineer no se nyawa eni kobi so a aka se be to allocate ablante kwa anka be den eti as that ke no so nkomam eni mo djuma yefo nyina nyako fo nchira
mate me da se so pa why
say that
okay intino ni aba no e wo sena niam AC koso e wo dwumadi nim bibia e boko Eric
Wallace eye boko ba se na meka na de bia Asempa kaba no wotu anim na chire ne pompo no
okay for 2 minutes preparation ni enko
well Wallace me da se quickly mami for 2 minutes preparation me kwa na me romu Ashanti region asana me descend aba Greater Accra no mu say Ashanti region no na ye abrante anim kujo abrante Matthew enim kudwa wabomodin de ni winning bonus no emufa akwakoma Augustine upon the victim na yibo ne nitio ewo Baba Yara Sports Stadium kotoko third week match no I think say ohwe abrante weni age 16 years old na wenya akoma pa bi kire say as a player there if ubenya blessings it is about donation and I say it's about caring for your own support and I was expecting this from the captain of Kumasi Asante Kotoko Abrante Felix and I say senior players or Kotokomu but 16 years old boy he just got into Kumasi Asante Kotoko no twenya sakonyano before Abrante baby obia nyame enhira no so nya sa akonya no etu ko ye sa de no ema supporter no Wallace once again Kumasi Asante Kotoko I think say this time around no week yemu na better na Kamika Christopher Damenya the national circus chairman Nasem say also sorry and I say it is time he set up because wamba so oba be management ejuma nemu oba so oba supporters ejuma match day 3 your body supporter wa ko enitio match day 6 your body supporter wa ko eniase ama ne paye na mentehwe but I think say the next day no omo sorry eya me de say Kodwa Santi oye national operations eka say omo tie wo Asempa wo eni Kobe Jones ebe kakra me ka phone so kan ho Kobe Stone anti no mo sorry eya me de no chese empedifoti but Chris another Chris Mr. no eno ensi hoye now can be about insurance for the supporters. Yes, I think say Wabano with the links, that is what I'm expecting him to do. Say on protect Kotoko supporters. What has me friend me ratakwa? Ochina Lagos cities team papa bako. They be amika say apart from Accra House of Folk, the only club to pull crowd or Greater Accra, the nation's capital town, and the nation's Wembley Accra Sports Stadium, Lagos cities. Or Lagos cities, Asia, Mediama, Karela FC, Otakwa. Nyame adum omukodu ye omotua yo first training it nearby on there na chese Karela for also mu gina yi hospital bi wo Matayeko your friend gina yi clinic your friend gina yi je wo your bana odu on there so say yes what Asempa na okay gina yi etinu Karela for gina yi Lagos cities etu akogo nti walans kakra me kan but say obesama me time bi on da me di be she fridge mu say time ni no bi na ma me fa we enremu
waiting back room.
Mo
Atobesaba.
Thank you. And then with the room back room na janka in there. Balas 25,000 first now kind of Barack Obama bende Uber can say Donald Trump's dollars for a national coaches and a head coach of the national team. Balas 25,000 US dollars. Near the kind Ghana I want amra oh I should say any transactions, locally transactions must be done in the local cities and the local cities. The ban is saying now the national team Black Stars appointed national coach. Black Star coach you could discuss the salary or dollars instead of cities. And in the kind.
I be another Black Stars someone time more local
and young pada. Forget about the match out, you are a local person. Uti crow wemu o taxes nyinara is being paid in cities. Te o say o salary so ye in cities. 25,000 Donald Trump. Wallace. Now yen hwe coach no. Ye man 25,000 no. Kwesi apia no 35 me boa. And ya about 25. That means a coach na ka say ye ne ba na yetumu say on deserve and the pedigree no no say but we are talking about the national team. And on the overall, Ghana, overall, you can footballer. This is a coach, and deserve it. So because of that, the why do we appoint him as a national coach? Because you can't trophy, you can't be papa be a papa national. Yes, Kotoko House of Folk, Mediama, whatever be talk of CAF Confederation and a CAF Champions League number, but the national team no trophy not the ultimate. Now you just count $25,000. What the basi this money? I me no calculate wa. Say no what we know. Times 1 year, 12 months. Alas, the nation has to be serious. Okay. Let me tell you something. Football. Oko Brazil. A whole lot in Brazil. Yes. The Ghana has here full say football. So it means something to us. We need to stand up and sit up. Yes, so in Tuskengu, just like that. Just because your phone say Ghana for football. So we need to make profit out of football and not to make loss out of football.
Okay. Eric Kwame just see nothing and kind of fakao and a man ebon samane feno and odin komo kakra etian savage but yen devil deeper into a researcher Michael Okan aye edi afa aye has ene korokoma kensi on very league na nema esia ko proper na fe George the Icon, the unbreakable, the unstoppable, the indomitable, the unconquerable. I mean, I don't want to come on that. So, Michael, you're going.
Bro, the title of the representation, let football do the talking. The title of representation, let football do the talking. Now, just this Sunday, your boy Hearts any kotoko after the game off the pitch incident in Kwana, Yakan Wasem from Monday till now, and I saw you come about off the field event. Maybe I say, then on the pitch, and I say on the pitch event, no, then we are not speaking a lot about it, and the reason why, and I said only the main reason why I'm throw this research paper. Now, Prof, like I said earlier. And I said earlier, the title of the presentation and say let football do the talking. Now this was a presentation but focusing mostly on what happened on the pitch and I see here on the pitch. Men can't about particularity in the incident because I can't want some men can't about the revenue I pay at Accra Sports Stadium because I delve deeper in that issues. I won't focus on off the pitch mainly on the pitch. Nyama a course on the pitch. Na make one step because say we bought Kotoko Hearts game. Na every presenter per se, I must say Obia per se enterenka. Into everywhere predictions. Obia on your prediction da for the first time. Obia prediction. Obia on your analysis da for the first time. Per se your analysis because Hearts be Kotoko. Na we bought attention one to Obia per se enterenka. But after the game, I mean you don't see most of them talking about Nyama course on the pitch. You don't see it until from Monday till now. Nyama can want them mostly off the pitch, but on the pitch, Nyama course on the pitch in terms of coach the selection, the formation of the day, the tactics on the day, the substitution, everything concerning the pitch. You can't want them up to now. Into the reason why I maybe this presentation. Let football do the talking. Now every coach the influence. Coach be what you asking what influence. Uba Ghana. Subsequent and say some previous presentation I say majority of Ghanaian coaches are more active in the scene influence ejina Kwesi Apiaso. That was some previous presentation be me say every Ghanaian and I say every Ghanaian coach are active now influence Kwesi Apia. Now let's look at Kwesi Apia. Kwesi Apia the influence half Ghanaian half Serbian, because if you listen to Kwesi Apia, so Okasa say and say when he's talking about tactics or about say when we are on the ball and I say nya ball 4-4-2 originated from Ghana and I say formation be a Ghanaian spare. When we are off the ball 4-5-1 it was introduced by the Serbians because now Serbians a lot of influence in terms of the play. About 4-5-1 where we score one goal project and I say we depend on one goal. Now if you look at these two formation half Ghana half Serbia. That is Kwesi Apia, the philosophy, and I said the tactics of the ball game.
Have cast philosophy, you know.
Right.
Okay.
Into most Ghanaian coaches, they are influenced by these two formation, 4-5-1, any 4-4-1. But on Sunday, my own these two formation, 4-4-2, any 4-5-1. I didn't see that. The observations, and I said observations on the pitch was 4-3-3. The two coaches in there 4-3-3. But why the 4-3-3? The reason why I have 4-3-3 because if you follow Maxwell Konedu, a lot of influence from Kwesi Apia, but I think say now he's trying to grow on his own. Or person movie and also shifting away from the usual 4-2-2 any 4-5-1. Or person creating a new and also person creating the own image as a manager. And see, if you followed the Wafu Abu boy last year, your boy was Senegal. If you followed him very well, we won't say throughout the tournament no about 4-3-3. If you really followed Maswa Konedu the tournament no about 4-3-3. Now in the middle of the three, and I said the back four, Fatah Mohamed. The left back was Patrick Yeboah. The center pairing Habib Mohamed and Mo Alassan. The three pair Mubo in the middle was one guy McCarthy from Hashgold. Any at this new DBS boy in the area Kakra. One new DBS guy be no also count. Any one Justice Blay. These were the three in the middle. Front three. Now it was Joseph Esso on the right. Now it was Patrick and I said Augustine Okran on the left. Up front was Mumuni. And if you look at this formation, a similar formation, and I say on the Sunday game, it was similar formation. It was 4-3, but just the personnel necessary. If you look at your boy on Sunday, it was 4-3. At right back, Christopher Netti. At left back, Patrick Yeboah. Center pairing was Habib. Any Wahab Adams. Uba the midfielder, or three players in the midfield, or Justice, and I say Justice Blay in the midfield, or Frimpong, and I say Kwame Adum Frimpong in the midfield, or some was Salifu in the midfield, who called the front three, or were natural wingers at the left, near Jemfi, on the right, near Okran, any at the center pack, near Keita. And if you look at the selection or the buy on the day, you had natural wingers playing at the front three, players of more speed over the front three. Now, the reason why I Maxwell echo for 4-3-3, my name Ebia Onu, now better actually, but from my observations, I saw say he was trying to dominate the game because on 4-3-3 no Washa said that and yet new thing to him and I said the first time about 4-3-3 because at Wafu about 4-3-3 and he's trying to play the same 4-3-3 a big game like Hearts versus Kotoko. Now if you look at the 4-3-3, people are giving praises to Patrick Yeboah and Christopher Netti especially because Omunya a field day in the game. The reason why Omunya a field day in the game is simple. The reason is that not Ni Odum of Hearts, and I say Hearts coach, no, he was playing players that Omunya natural wingers. On the 4-3-3 at the front three of Hearts on the left, or the bulky striker, Kofi Koji on the left, on the right, or Joseph Esso. These are two players or more central strikers or more wingers. And if you have wingers play as and as if you have strikers, central strikers play as wingers, ubenya the opposition full backs no, and I said laterals, you give them a field day because winger and I say if you have a natural winger playing for Hearts in that game, we will say Christopher Neti on to me overlapping because he knows I have a dangerous player who can cause damage at their position. But if you have a player like Kofi Koji or a Boki or any flair or any skill to take on Christopher Neti, Christopher Neti was having a field day because now they all bought as a winger in the formation on the right player and so bought in that wing position. Christopher Neti any Yeboah, they was having the field day because Hearts and ball wingers in the game on Sunday. Now, who showed the central department of the game? Now, Habib and Wahab Adams. Now, Wahab any Habib Adams. Two players he or move against Banier. A free of Hearts. Now, if you look at the structure of Banier, I already bought as a lone striker against these two players. Wahab, if you look at the height and in the physique, you look at Habib Mohammed in the strength and in the physique and as in the height as a player, as against Banier Slim. He will never cope because these two players are bulenu all day long. Into the reason why Banier was struggling because now in the center of Kotokfo defense, or more players are or more strength into all day long on bully Banier. Into the reason why Banier and to me and I say free and to me and managing own in that game was because he was playing against two strong men and I said two strong defenders are or more better physique than him. That is the reason why the Kotoko defense approve you and I say Eba on top against Hearts for a front three. Now if you look at the central midfielders, we will say Justice Blay, the LCT at the base. The two, Salifu, and Kwame Adom, but at the end, still Salifu echo off. Ameya replacing. Now if you look at the three mobile in the midfield, a triangle with the base, and I say with the apex, looking at the defense of Kotoko, and in the two, facing, and I say looking towards Hearts for a defense. Now the two are more in front of Blay. Was doing something amount for share. If you observe really well, the two Salifu it was replaced by Ameya and Kwame Adomno. They were chasing and I said move pressure Hearts for central defense no into when Hearts edge na ball so mommy 18 these two players echo straight to them to pressure them. Into if you watch the game, we will say Mo Alasan and Roberto do move ball long balls as much as 10 long balls in because of the pressure these two players at the moment. They went beyond Hearts for after 3. I were in the middle, was pressuring and as a move pressure the central defense of Hearts into amount to me the ball from the back. They ended up playing the ball from the back and I said they were ballooning the ball from the central defense. That is the main reason why about that particular triangular 3 in the middle of the park. Now if you look at the wingers and I said the front 3 when you are playing 4-3, the front 3 are in the game and some yes pistons, especially when I play 4-3 because 4-3 formation be out so high pressing in your game. The 4-3 are the best. Now if you look at Maxwell, the 4-3 or natural wingers in the game, into Augustine Okran on the right or your lefty, but or cutting in Jemfi righty, but on the left into also or cutting in Keita Edna in the middle. So these three or more speed until they were able to handle Hearts for a defense wall. And I said they were able to terrorize Hearts for defense. If you look at Fatah Mohammed or one player you saw you overlapping, but in that game, want to me most of the overlapping because Okoenima or Jemfi or speed or natural genuine pace or better me damage us and also better me hate us for in that very much. Into Fatah that one coin a lot of times and I said one coin occasionally. If you look at Randy Avukansu, honestly, I want to me a lot of inroads and I want to me a lot of overlapping. The only overlap your core has Eddie Shego. Want to me a call because of Augustine Okran. Say Augustine Okran cry and counter. You have Matikuju. Not so a natural winger. Oba. But if you look at Hearts and yes sir, if you look at Hearts and yes sir, Omambo with natural winger. It's if you look at Master Connect, the tactics all the buy was to dominate the game. Yensha Odum.
The same approach we used as well, the same approach.
Which was the pressing you were talking about?
Yes. We decided to do high pressing, window pressing, but today we're doing defensive pressing to play on a break. And I think it works. I think we are on a building process, and I think my boys are showing good character, determination, and willpower to win.
Now, if you look at Coach Odum on board for a trader. But against Hearts and as against Kotoko, about 4-3. Now, whilst Maxwell Kodedu was trying to dominate the game, Odumba with the intention to control the game. And if you listen to the interview, he was talking about we'll sit a low block and we break. You can't break in technical terms, and I say in tactical terms. Break is a better chance, and I say we'll give the ball to Kotoko. And Yama Kotoko for Mbo into the whilst they play, they'll come forward. Their players will move out of position. It's a move out of position. When we get the ball, then we quickly transit from defense into attack. That is breaking. Break away. Then we break. And only break. Now if you look at Neodum, on this ball 4-3-3, or in the middle of the, and I say a central defense, or Randy, or left back, right back, or Fatau Dauda, and I say Fatau Mohamed, the central two, Mohamed Alassan, any Robert, and I say Adu. If you look at the three, our boy in the middle of the pack, or Ansabotri, or Sawa Emmanuel Neti, any Afutu, the front three, Bani Free, or yet striker, but in this game, or born as a false nine. Now the two strikers are our central strikers. You're born out of position, one on the right, one on the left. Why or yes, I don't know, but the heart, per se, a ball in such a game. Our person what threat in such a game, we have speed, especially if you want to play on the break. Because if you are playing on a break and I say, oh, back counter attack, you need speed to go with. And I say, you have speed to carry the ball from defense straight into the opponent half. But Ushe has for a central and I say, on front three, who a free hour genuine speed, but on no about through the middle. And through the middle, who Wahab Adams, I no air strong. Usawa Habib Mohamed, I no physically strong into Ombe Boule a free all day. And first, your main strikers are what that stature to match the central two of Kotoko, who bomb out of position. If you give the ball to them on the wings, need speed and the flair to take on Marcus. That is the reason why Obasha has players no Omumbo as a wingers, Omumbo close to the line, Omumbo narrow. They play inside, not the outside of the pitch. They play inside. The Kotoko any advantage over them tactically. Any advantage over them, stop him because Omunye player like Patrick Razak, now using the speed to go past all these players. Has in the game, Omonya wingers, and that's Omuni wingers in the game. Tactical, not Omuni wingers. Into getting my slow. Into scoring from open play, very, very difficult. Because when you are playing on the break, when you have speedsters to take the ball quickly from the defense to the midfield to the attack. But in the very game, Yanya speedsters in the game. We share the whole game, and I say, we has for a game, Omunya 2 excellent passes. In free, Manoneti, decent passes, but a free year was bullied by Wahab Adams in all the two occasions. Wahab Adams ebulenu in that 2 decent chances. Wahab Adams ebulenu, which tells you say has game no more lack speed. If indeed omu ball on break, then you need someone with speed to do that. But has game I may observe here one here speed and say one that speed, that player with a natural speed to do that. Now if you look at Odum, any Kim Grant, the difference what the two and say Kim who say has game no bono omuni player be what that natural speed since Patrick Razak every year and I say okoye into what then Oma Fatau Dada and I say Fatau Mohamed about 7 because you as a right back or no our speed I bet to me I overlapping I recover back into onu obono as number 7 during Kim Grant time because he saw the need for speed in the team but not team name the speed into that is the difference. Christopher Bonny about 2. You look at the left and I say the number 11. Now it was Kwabena Obin and I say Kwame Obin Jr. Who share the defensive 2. Now Aminu Alasta any Afutu because although ever replacing Malik Akowa, the back 4 was Denchi, any Fatau, and I'm sorry, it was Denchi, any more Alastan, any Robert Jr. After in the front 3, now it was Eso on the attack. After Koji behind Eso. That was the 4-2-2 our ball. So Osisa 4-4-2 he make sure say Koji bet na bench. Na Uma Manaf abebo a natural number 10 position. Kim Grant the formation now about was 4-2-2 or switch 4-5-1. So about 4-4-2 it means or about Kofi Koji and Joseph Eso. The moment of switch it to 4-5-1 it means one of the strikers so sacrifices your place. There has never been a time Kim Grant Ebo Koji Eso any Uma Manaf on board with that because Uma Manaf or no a natural number 10 on your wing gather. He's a natural number 10. In the position now about Uma Manaf as a number 10. Now I say Koji at na bench because Joseph Eso was his number 1 striker. But in this current has team no omuni speed because Christopher Bonny at the bench. Fatau Ebo as the right position as a number 2. Into Usha the 7 and 11 has any speed in our team. That is the reason why Obo Koji on the left, Obo Eso on the right. And no I'm working and far more. But tactically Master Konedu and BT Odum on the day because Max so representing 4-3-3. Odum so representing 4-3-3. but usha goals are a PM no and yet goals are you share from open play. We can admit. Say goals now you share on the day. It wasn't from open play. So we can't say from open play. Now Maxwell on the day, underlined on the day was specifically, and I say specifically on the day, Maxwell air better than Odum. And yes, sir. The reason why Maxwell winning, and I said the reason why Maxwell winning because players here individual errors, and I say goals in now was from individual errors. Look at the first goal, Kotoko share no. Now Robert Ado, or no, it was behind the line. And I say now or deep or defending deep into Justice Blay. Any the other player, any had a chance to go ahead the ball because now the last line of defense, Robert Ado, I drop it back into Onu offside. The setting any mark to for Onu breaking the line into Justice Blay. Any had a chance to score. Has 4 goals to Eba from a corner kick into 1-1. The second goal, and I said the last minute goal was from a penalty. If you look at the goals I share, it now was from an individual errors, and I said was from set piece, and I said set place. There was never a time Kotoko through open play a breaking has for a defense. No, you can't say that. Only say Ghanaian journalists say, well, that lazy type, and I say that lazy mentality say your ball game na obi winner. That means onu your tactical magic be in the game. The oluzu yenuzu enya ebia tactical not a bankrupt of the day, but enya in this game. The reason why enya was that goals now share enya from open play. It was because you share goals from set place. And if you score goals from set place, because of individual errors, and yes, Maxwell Konedu on the day was better than Odum. Odum matched Maxwell Konedu with the 4-3-3, but goals nearby from individual errors in the game.
It's Hannah Michael Candy faster than Nema Asia course between Haas and Kotoko. Ewo Accra Sports Stadium. One for say form guard and count. But me sure say team beat me off form now or that last or league log so me won't be there. Michael, what will be that? Say team be our form pa now or that last or league log.
Or I be that.
Oh, Kotoko form guard and count. So now for say form guard and count and yellow credit. We say team be our form pa now the last log so there be form no position on the league log no and echo.
At the point in time no me tie Michael no nanka me blame kakra. But the latter submission no mama who say no. You say you proud to that game no. Oh yeah, Brekum Chelsea coach no interview. Now you tell the interview now some okay kind he tells you say no papa no nimbibi about Maso could do very well and even the local terrain we can leg you know. Now we share tactics are Edward Odum Ediba inside the 4-4-3 including Maso Kuneduna. Me tie na me can say no and Wallace will not deceive Edward Odum.
No, I didn't deceive them but they were influenced by Aquan interview because also own the team no or handwriting on so they realized that as if it's a break corner as almost ye bibia ye be who said woman and the kita said team handwriting here and now started some years but they shouldn't have started with the fans has Nekotoko game. Exactly. It's a very big game.
Exactly. But to the latter part of Abrante no research no and mama will say no coaches ni mienu ego etie interview very well so they decided to change tactics but along the line Obia was not superior than the other. So no kind it was an error, individual errors. Okay. And by first goal there foul. It was an individual error. Second goal when reach and it was just on loose marking and the man has to take and the penalty is the individual error. I think that the research is best and very deep one of course.
Okay. It's the Mamengo so briefly and you make it to be Mr. Jonathan Abepobi, formerly New Plan Stars. Omo no na papa wabo adwuma pen. I'm say adwuma just say body ogusu di akire nti na ya friend ni former Ghana captain after former Ghanaian captain after the exit Kumasi Asanro kono and the name as assistant coach the Emma adwumadi a edi abepem sabri ne obima na se siki akono ene coach Vidanka wo na empenfo se ombekita Blasters of Ghana team no apay manage management member pen efi no nimu pa na emisa se wabako sembi wosena nema esi ekoso dwumadi a ekoso ya na koso so make comments bi after the current administration ho Mr. Pobi yemakwaba
ya medio
ibi abokode
I don't miss
ya fro nwuma na ekita ne bone na ehwe am say what the game na chiache ahwese nema esi ekoso na uhu sa appointment of national team coach hu ne say
after I don't call it normalization. Yes, it is a black task coach and at least the formal committee that team almost be tracker a minister of youth and sports
Chama asa wala ni munye ntino ma yensan fro bio ai sa ba me mente wo de ni ye ntime sure say sa na tifo so nti asa anwe ne se kakra nti hwe nti Mr. Jonathan Abepobi ane ne edi nkomo kakra na afi hwe sene ma esi eko won hihye no so apie mu e dey the appointment of the senior national soccer team Blasters of Ghana head coaches and assistant coaches on bebo adwuma e ma niam akoyi e dey ama team no na papa a very experienced person ti yenhwe na ye pese kwa bako semu kakra Mr. Jonathan Abepobi oni fi no wananim ti ye bekom na afi ahwese na nema esitie wotwebedi a yegusu jimu ai kon bia ebokode
nyame adomoko senior most apomu mapomu ye but the Ghana football there all is not well. I see all is not well. Oh, they did can go and say a weekend we big game a one ma we a television sponsor also more any bread so be a big game senior doma
game be
doma Stars versus Mediama and the topmost liner yeah Dream Sensi versus Heart of Oku and anya Karela game I make it say yes start times over so mburu atakwa na ukotakwa ko yi game Karela ne one game na akwa yi start times omunye serious start times agro mo ne Ghana for di no enya ago papa adwuma na omo ye na adwuma ne so ani asiya na takwa ya big games minka kwa makohwe big games by three big games Mediama against Heart of Oak na big game start times omo nto na nsi omo nto na nsi takwa ankwa yi Mediama against Kumasa Santi Kotoko takwa that compact and once again start times for nto na nsi Mediama against Ashanti Gold. These are high profile matches all over the world. We are television sponsor now. We are serious abeyi. So I was surprised. Say GFA president. Ye raketo keku. No na ye news and agency Puton Sports for and a broker that deal no.
I say any agency view.
Proton is a Proton Sports is a
any agency view.
Or say any agency view. But a fact as at that time no more broker deal no. Now you was part.
They be said deal no cancel no mo sama kwan say be def obi am be def
very I make the first one no now or part nti anya dey I was surprised now the friend no kwanto nchen we are GFA president so who now supervises anyoma we say nyina
GFA president we appointed committee so mo ye adwuma nti your Premier League management committee we mo ye adwuma.
But if we appointed committees now or madwuma mo ye na so ani na wo so ne start times senior make me catch so din the esco no na ni ba brain and plan say start times di beba GFA president tumi owo otumi etumi convince o mu nyina o pompo o convince o mu nyina ma o mu na jitum
within the esco no
o senior esco members ni bi wono ma na o mu plan say start times on embefa sa di no look at first one no mo yedin
o don come be see amensan come Mr. Jonathan Abepobi ho ehwe Angejo fi the line dey mutino obetin ato an come no so
me pese be kire ni say Yabadulera after us the USA president the second guy and say committee adebia almost transfer among the transfer a representative from National Sports Council that doesn't have the na ke set committee maybe avant for apply even say the idea for photo squad apply no more planning interview on the back but when the encouraging here obi akofa the gaba and the naba and the anya anti no me ekono wo sha appointment said I was started do so the contract the same most of and I said the coaches are back no me info too much because me who because we are supposed to be a normalized football country. Normalization to be more. It's also normal idea. Friends and they over how do you call them? Appropriate call cash. I former history committee chairman. Anything and over there as secretary. So she had to see what one thing said that for Pano. And see,
yeah, CK Akono, any David Duncan, Ebe Juma, David Duncan, Betty and Shekuns, Eddie Ama CK says CK, Winnie Kuma, Miss Shekuns Nafi, Wabe training, possible, Betty and Wakisa.
So I would mean to reach that. What I mean to reach that, but I don't know the way we are there. No, they are plenty, say, and yet, at least, you can get better. Because with me, there will be some year. Namina may appoint and can't get you classic and Rebecca black in B. Now the already under 23. The fencing.
You're quite
23 coaching.
Thank you, Ibrahim.
Yes, because when was the last time I got a qualified for Olympic Games? When I'm qualified, they say the typical Africa. What was the last time? Apart from Athens, and Povida, no way it was original for you. Your core and could see you. Well, I am boy, yeah. Not only moving qualification, or the Black Stars. Now, the Poma, and Fiki Akuma, your friend playing. I'd go there, you. What a pay. The qualification then, and all the man. It's all the man because we are formally, formally we know managing now. That's why.
Yo, what the game? What the church kakra? Sika kono ni oda talent na am say na omo ye odoba no omo na uni mo mayon ko fa sen.
Oh, so no mo ayon ko fo ba because oda te mo nyina no before. The Costales, because New Plan Stars, 1989, your first player, Makosi Owusu lefty. No, Mokosana, you can be 91, Makosha winning goal. What the 8 months, and they are a cost one team, so but the woman is there. The so-called management committee for the initial months and the same year you want to question wow, because national teams, if other teams but now be a coach, be a prefer so the player girl. The management committee member now would team, that's what I don't know. Now when you let him be a good team now. The thing will be good. There's some comfort. The ones that Black Stars, this time in 34, I'm going to be at the food and a coy. It has 7 by Yentinka. Black Stars are called out back. There's some cooking room. The home control chatter. Back where compassion. You name them. Bonifita by the report. I think that's a record 2 games. What is it will be today? Management committee for now manager allowance. This is almost me and where you are. I don't know how to be actually the funky. This do not be more quiet. I mean, cancer, no on that 20. On that 20, now you're called the friends there. Like what you want. The call company or Accra. They must not. To be at the coach you should be there. Not to wait. 3 a.m. And I'm a cheap player. They did go on with a hard fighter. After I'm going to check and dinner. And upon I'm catching player win or bar 3 a.m. And he not on favor. The whole you go to the more asthma. And she said, the Prince of Bills.
Prince Tego. Prince Tego.
Yes.
Also, Prince Tego Pierre Quabantin or bar late.
2 a.m. Let me because then the person who should be up. They cannot be up. What team managers will be up at 2 a.m. You know, Baba told me. I don't think I'm a report. I'm on this. What you think? Yakudi for our drop on. I say, hey, Toby, way, as she said, goes in, my drop on. And I didn't need your to go there, obey our because no matter the I will blast her no more. I don't know my to be for program. Bad luck, no matter the
Sisi keni o date de na ofo say de management member ben na kan asemi.
Management member. Na kama de member asemi.
Ana o kasa management members na ese omo ya apendun na ese ase wo hinta sem bi fa management members bi a ase omo anyom responsibility.
There be na mention say who the management member. And so the mama say who here dey check say they are contract. And wow so that who win here. Okay, now we are doing there, and now we know win kaka. And now we, time many in our 1 year, 10 million. And most of the management members, no money. That is how many. Oh my, the Mukafa. Oh my, we are so big there now. They know it. But Kaka is a duty. I'm not to be so clear, not make answer. It's not a different chair.
Any boy, management members, Ben, what do any kaka more? We are witness to some of these issues, no?
So then he said, yeah, as I was there, I did the advice on say, and then some year to Manua, yet the Manua, and the said, oh, young Quata, and she said, Mama, yet call any call, did you be in Casa? Will be saying, it's the same, your name, 9 years almost an Maringa, and yes, Stadia, after I found the cup, yet to be back. Because they say they have started seeking that things from Munui. Since in the then is again March 2014. I don't know so or show the buy. Now event saying seeking and Kofa will be able to say them one period. He said there was social media. Okay. Kaya na say no kwese samo men na onya kese so ma boy over $100 billion you are spending on Black Stars alone.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Jonathan Abepobe, say line every kibiki kakra me adoma say me no nkomo no e be san to asomo na amafo wo se na nema esie ko ye da asese nwumre ahobrase kwan so out of business skill and kese wo de da no woni ya hwetwe nkomo nyame adoma e be san kasa mo why okay nti ye de no so sia icon papachi na fie so
ola sini nti de make say start times jumadi omudi ogana no enso ani what's start times start complaining say Ghana for tanto omudi coders
o se takwa line abena ho
oko takwa Karela ebo game e de tia Lagos City and na metete pe de metete I stand to be corrected say na start times person omu yidi man lazy work and on person omu yidi man no because games are na takwa na so anka start times na nkometumi akọ akwa na nya sa game bi say
game be na so
Mediama against Heart of Oak the train events are drabbing na Mediama dem Heart of Oak big game by all standard start times ye home no mama takwa Mediama against Kumasi Asante Kotoko big game by all standard takwa for any Ghana football fans na home so ko be Yama Ghana for na he omo to mo na esuo another big game also koso Asante Gold and Mediama na Asante Gold also boy and so once again start times for Asante to mo na nko Aduana Stars abubo matches be odoma enko mo be se nko mu yi emehwe and so chance na there say this game on be so mu yi na game I form me ko Karela na Lagos City hiding big game I was this very weekend I arrive week here between Aduana Stars Mediama say confirm here Mediama o pom number 1 and o petit Mediama no mo e wo rival kese Aduana no mo rival kese Mediama
since when
since the very time Mediama Aduana Ghana League no say Aduana beto Mediama League no since the very first time Aduana Ghana League no money Mediama nya apam only say between the two clubs no proper transfer transfer players e bin kwaso da o say player bet me mama land jersey say player bet me free ba ko team akosi account dia ma ba ko a ti say oko free transfer so be call normal transfer say Mr. Moses Amapaka eso turn the player jama Aduana Stars domahene anase domahene anase Aduana Stars turn player jama yera Moses Amapaka anase media ebi si da so be so call dia this offer the back door free transfer
and I'm Aduana na media man here top line
and one of the factors ana kwesina ntecha so no nyoma bi so call so sa nyoma na the sense of the tension as answer the two things entem it don't mean no nka and within the period that
so when you visible factor sometimes for wetin jina so aka say hey any sad we ho dia
senior aside shemi dia mane Aduana Stars omomode more over the years for Ghana League yenya fair so she and no more me no be Ghana League ability to stand toe to toe with Hearts and Kotoko and then discipline them. And Aduana Stars and she has to go several times. Media man she has to go several. Game no more bar a big game. And especially when say this weekend Kotoko never believe it and you can't say a big game. Had to vote echo the omne dreams kobo. You can't say a big game so say Aduana Stars media man. Yeah stick it to
a team no.
Oh na just dreams a team ketwa. Jesus ye think ketwa. What I said, you know, starters they should be up and doing.
Yes, so.
Ajuma no me na akwa sama juma. Na kwa say starters o mada. Starters o mada.
Okay.
O mada so the current away. And so that no.
Okay.
Almost sorry. Mami tell me boss, Mr. Jacob Bati of a year Global Towers. Mami tell me pa. Mr. Jacob Bati Global Towers me godfather back up person no me boss me boss me mentor me godfather
okay
how
many godfathers now
omodoso pa senior omodoso yero Moses Amapaka number 1 on it me sports minister what I say
number 1 Moses Amapaka
me say one of God one of and then Moses Amapaka interest senior me see between Aduana Stars and Diama only say first say over omienu ebesia no player back up na tumi free club back mako no so kwa wanfa normal transfer okwase free agent police
Yebesia time call Ejebraham jina ha ye besia na madam ase nyame adoma emzenkomo na eba na edoso enti happy birthday enkoma Jaden Ike Nanayaw Tete of Hope of Glory Montessori Center Mamprobai na 6 years we for Mr. Jonathan Abipobi so we maybe smile that so nseja papa here interview no amfa birthday na for mama na the band funny Jaden wahu Jaden Ike Nanayaw Tete of Hope of Glory Montessori Center Mamprobi and Mamprobai na 6 years old na osi onene papa Mr. Jonathan Abipobi wo mu 8 year jumadi ntino fantastic evening come Jebra my ready our the critical issues 18 saba boy ejey boy you ni papa